Alright, what's up everybody? Back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today we're doing another tier list. I did one on Friday. Right, that was Friday, right? No, Saturday. Saturday I did a tier list. We put every NBA team's 2023 season into a tier list. If you didn't watch it, you can go back and watch it. And we're doing another one today because at this point, this is like the boring part of the offseason where nothing's really happening. So we're just gonna do some random stuff today. I'm doing another tier list. This one is I'm putting every playoff series from last season into a tier list. All the 2023 playoff series, the first round, second round, conference finals, NBA finals, putting all into a tier list because yeah, why not? You know, we had some entertaining series, we also didn't have any. So I'm gonna try to put them into a tier list. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. Really appreciate it. If you like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications off, stuff like that. I really appreciate it. It helps out a lot. Look at analytics. A little bit less than 1% of you that actually watch the videos are subscribed. So you know, if you like the content around here, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it a whole lot. And yeah, I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. Alright, so we have the tier list. The tiers, you got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. We have all the playoff series here as well. Pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, let's start it off. First, we're starting with the Eastern Conference first round. We got the 1-8 matchup, the Bucks and the Heat. Now the Heat won this series in 5. This one, honestly, just the stakes, like Miami being the AC beating the 1 seed Bucks, like just having that stakes makes it pretty high up. Like the 8 seed winning. We did have some crazy Jimmy Butler performances. He put up 56 in game 4, and then was it game 5 when they came back from down like 15, and then Jimmy Butler had that crazy tap in. They won in overtime. I think that was game 5. Giannis didn't play in a few of those games, but even still, even without Giannis, I thought the Bucks are gonna win this series. With the Heat having those amazing performances from Jimmy Butler, I think this is A tier. I think this is A tier. It was very, very, very entertaining. A lot of crazy moments. Um, and the A seed won. They beat a 1 seed. Like, how often does that happen? Not much. So yeah, I think A tier for that one. Next, the 2-7 matchup in the East, Boston and Atlanta. This one wasn't super entertaining. It was a little bit more entertaining than I thought, though, because I thought Boston was just gonna wipe the floor at Atlanta, but Atlanta winning 2 games made it a lot more interesting. Because I think was it game 1? I think Boston blew them out. Game 2, I forgot. The Hawks won game 3, and then Trey hit that game winner in game 5 to send it to 6. It wasn't a horrible series. It was definitely more entertaining than I thought it was. Atlanta made it a lot more entertaining. Still wasn't that great of a series though, because I think we all eventually knew Boston was gonna win. So I'll put it in a C tier. Next, the 3-6 Philly and Brooklyn. This was a sweep. And D tier, I'm put it in because it wasn't like Philly beat them up every game, but it also wasn't super entertaining. Like we didn't have any big performances. We didn't have any crazy game winners or anything like that. It was just kind of like Sixers and Nets played, and the Sixers were just better. That's what I think. Joel didn't even play game 4. Like that's the kind of series it was because Joel could take a break in a game and Philly still ended up winning. So yeah, I'm put that D tier. Nothing really exciting happened there. And the final Eastern Conference first round matchup, Cleveland, New York, 4-5 series. Definitely was a disappointing. I definitely thought it was going to be a 7 or 6 game series. Knicks ended up beating them in 5. Knicks ultimately just ended up bullying the Cavs, honestly. Like, Donovan Mitchell didn't have an amazing series. The young guys like Garland and Allen and Mobley didn't really show up. And the Knicks just kind of outbullied them. Like, Julius Randle didn't even play in game 5, I don't think, or game 4 and game 5. And, like, they won the series. Like Jalen Brunson was really good. RJ showed up big late. Mitchell Robinson made Jared Allen look like Cody Zeller. Like it was. I'll put it in. It's teetering on the tier of D tier, but it was a little bit more exciting than that. The Cavs at least won a game. So, but still, like the Knicks just kind of bullied them. Honestly, it wasn't even that like fun to watch. Like the only fun games to watch were like game 1 in like game 3, I think. And then after that, like game 2, Cleveland blew them out. And I don't even remember what happened in game 4 and game 4. Actually, no, game 3, I think, didn't New York blew out Cleveland. And in game 4, Cleveland, like, made it a little bit closer for a game, but the Knicks still won, and then they won game. Honestly, I'm putting it in D tier. Like it wasn't that exciting, honestly. Like the only thing that made it exciting was the Knicks crowd. That's it. Like it wasn't really that fun of a series to watch. Yeah, I'm like D tier. Going to the Western first round, Minnesota and Denver. Denver won in five. Minnesota made it a little bit more interesting though. Anthony Edwards had a really good series. It wasn't like they got blown out every time. They actually made it really competitive, especially the last few games. They took a game four. I think they took game four. I think they were one shot away from winning game five. And then Anthony Edwards missed a shot late in game five that would have won the game. I put it in C tier. It wasn't super boring. We definitely had some entertainment a little bit there, but it did end up in 5 games, and we all knew Denver was gonna win. But I'm put him in C tier. Next to the 2-7 matchup, Memphis and the Lakers. I think Lakers won in 6. Dylan Brooks definitely made it a lot more interesting with his comments. We had some good performances from Austin Reeves in game 1. LeBron and AD were solid. For the Grizzlies, Ja was, even though he had a broken wrist, he came out and still dropped 40 one game. It was a solid. I'll put it in B tier. It wasn't like down here, like just like whatever. Like there was still some stakes. It still was very up and down, just undecided series, but it wasn't as crazy entertaining. It was just B. It was like cool, you know. It was a solid series. 3-6 Warriors Kings S tier, no question. One of the best first round series we've seen in a while. The stakes of it, every game was super entertaining. I don't think we had a blowout in this series, unless I'm forgetting a game. We had very entertaining. We had Darren Fox, Malik Monk going off. We had the Draymond, Domantas Sabonis incident. We had Steph put up 50 in Game 7 on the road for the Warriors. Like, yeah, that was one of the best series. That is arguably the best series of the playoffs. Of last year's playoffs was that first round series between the Warriors and the Kings. Like, that was such a great series, you know. Yeah, S tier, no question. And the final first round series we had was Phoenix and the Clippers. Kawhi played the first 2 games, but then has to sit out the rest of the series, so that made it a lot more worse. Paul George couldn't play in the series, but it was a 5-game series. Phoenix won, but it was still entertaining because Devin Booker averaged like 40 in that series. Russell Westbrook turned back the clock. Russell Westbrook was the Clippers' best player in this series when Kawhi didn't play. Russell Westbrook literally was doing everything in his power to will the Clippers to a win, but they just couldn't because they just didn't have enough, you know. So I might consider putting it in B tier just because of those crazy performances we had, but it still ended in 5. Kawhi, yeah, the full thing we could have got was this is interesting because I'm remembering some really fun games. Like every game, like I don't think we had any blowouts in that series or any crazy blowouts. I feel like the Clippers were always in every game. It was just the Suns just overpowered them at the end of the day. So I'll put it in C. Yeah. Nah. This is tough. I'll put him in. Man, this is really tough, honestly. I'll put it into C tier. I'll keep him in C. Go to the second round. The Knicks and the Heat in the Eastern Conference. This one wasn't really a super entertaining series either, honestly. Trying to remember what happened in this series. I remember Jimmy Butler got hurt. And I remember in Jalen Brunson the turnover on the last play of the series. That's it. Like, I don't really remember. Like, even without Jimmy Butler, the Heat just kind of won that series. The Knicks did not look as good as they did in the first round. The Heat just kind of. It wasn't an entertaining series, honestly. Like, we didn't have any crazy performances, like, from Jimmy Butler or Jalen Brunson or anybody. Both teams shot bad from the field. Like, I remember, wasn't Game 3 and Game 4 both kind of like blowouts? Yeah. I'll put them in D tier. It was not. Like, I don't really remember that much from that series besides Jimmy getting hurt and the Jalen Brunson turnover. That's it. That's all I remember in this series. But the other Eastern Conference matchup, Philly and Boston, 7-game series. We did have some entertaining moments. We did have, let's see, we had James Harden putting up 40 in Game 1 and Game 3 without Joel Embiid. We did have Jason Tatum putting up 50 in Game 7. We had the Sixers up 3-2, and then the Celtics came back and won Game 6 and Game 7 to take that series away and steal the hearts of Philly. We had the Jason Tatum Game 4 performance where he was horrible for the first 3 quarters and then came out and put the game away in Game 4. We did have some pretty solid moments. You know, it wasn't. I'll put it in A tier. A tier. 7-game series, 2 rivals, has some really good performances as well. A lot of drama. Yeah, I'll put it in A tier. I think it was a good series. The Western Conference second round, Nuggets and Suns. I'm putting it in C tier. We did have Devin Booker and Kevin Durant go off in Game 3 and Game 4, literally putting up 100 by themselves to win those games. But at the end of the day, the Nuggets just kind of swept. We all knew the Nuggets were going to win after like Game 2. And then Game 6, the Nuggets won by 30 in Phoenix. Yeah, C tier. And then the Warriors-Lakers. This was a good series. The stakes of it and the aura around it were very high. Game 1 was very entertaining. We did have, Jordan Poole took the shot in Game 1. We did Clay in Game 2 put up 30. We had the Lonnie Walker Game 4 fourth quarter where he put up 15. But the Lakers ended up winning in 6. It wasn't a crazy entertaining series, but we still had some good moments in this series. I'm deciding between A and B. I'll put it into. I'll put A tier. I remember there's a lot of good performances in this series. Yeah, a lot of good moments. The aura, the stakes of it. Yeah, I'll put it in A. Next we have the conference finals, Celtics and Heat. This might be S tier, honestly, for me. Like the Heat going up 3-0. Even the first 3 games are entertaining where Jimmy Butler was going off in Boston. Caleb Martin had an amazing series. But then the Celtics coming back and winning 3 straight games. Jason Tatum going off. Derek White, the game winner in Game 6. Boston would have won in Game 7. This was an S tier, no question about it. But the Heat won in Game 7 because Jason Tatum... Well, not because, but Jason Tatum did turn his ankle, so that Game 7 was not as entertaining as it could have been. But it still was it was a very entertaining series. A series that everyone was very invested in. A lot of drama. I'm putting S tier. Honestly, I'm putting S tier. I think that was a super good series. That was a very good series. Then the other conference finals had Nuggets and Lakers. The Nuggets did sweep them, but the Lakers did make it really competitive. There's a lot of stuff going on around it. I don't know if the Nuggets blew out the Lakers in any of these games, honestly. Well, maybe Game 1, but then the Lakers being very close in every game. Jamal Murray having huge performances. Jokic being Jokic. LeBron had a big Game 4. It was a sweep, but it was entertaining though. It wasn't like it was a boring sweep. It was very entertaining. So, I'm gonna put it B tier, honestly. Like, it was a very fun series to watch. It just ended in a sweep. But it was still very fun. You know? And then finally, we have the NBA Finals. We have the Heat and the Nuggets. This was a C tier. Like, it wasn't horrible, but the Nuggets just did kind of... We all knew the Nuggets were going to win. And the Nuggets came out and won. Jokic had a great performance. Jamal Murray was great. We had guys like Christian Brown show up and play good. The Heat just didn't have enough gas left in the tank, honestly. So, yeah, I ended in a C tier. So, yeah, I think this is a pretty solid list. I'm comfortable with this list. So, a little recap. S tier, we have the Warriors Kings first round and the Heat Celtics conference finals. A tier, we have the Bucks Heat first round, Celtics Sixers second round, and the Warriors Lakers second round. B tier, we have the Grizzlies Lakers first round and the Nuggets Lakers conference finals. C tier, we have the Hawks Celtics first round, the Nuggets and Timberwolves first round, the Clippers Suns first round, the Nuggets Suns second round, and the NBA Finals. And then D tier, we have the Nets Sixers first round, Cavs and Knicks first round, and the Heat Knicks second round. Yeah, we definitely see a lot of, Heat high and Heat low. Knicks were definitely Knicks did not have any fun series. Knicks, both series were D tier. The NBA Finals being in a C tier was not great at all either. I'm still kind of considering putting the Suns up a little bit higher, but honestly, I'm just going to keep it like this. But, yeah, I think it's a very solid list. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. And once again, if you do hit the content on here, consider subscribing, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. Doing some more tier list videos. I had some in mind. But if you guys have any ideas of mine of another tier list NBA related, drop them in the comments or whatever. I'd really appreciate if you help me out there. We're in the boring parts of the off season, but I'm still gonna give you guys some basketball content because what else is there to do? But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.